Welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video I'm rounding up all the open day fixtures from this weekend in League 2. You know, there's always excitement on the open day fixtures, and the same again this season really. Goals galore really across all the games in League 2 this weekend. Some really exciting ones, some last minute winners in there as well. So we're going through all 12 League 2 games and giving and rounding up all the action. Starting off with the highest scoring game across the weekend, and probably the most exciting one in terms of drama. It was Wimbledon v Colchester, ending in a 4-2 win for AFC Wimbledon, and Wimbledon showed some really good character in this one to get the 3 points. They were 2-0 down within the first 10 minutes. You know, Jack Payne with that, wand of a left foot, putting in some brilliant deliveries for Ben Goodliff, who got his head on both of them to make it 2-0 to Colchester. But Wimbledon showed some brilliant, character, played some good stuff after the 10-minute mark, and probably were the better side after that. Some of the goals scored were scrappy ones, but the goals at the end of the day, and players were in the right position, they took the chances well. I think their third goal, the penalty from Matt Stevens, I think that was a debatable penalty. Personally, I don't think that's a penalty. I don't see how the arm's in a an unnatural position. There's no way he can get his hand out of the way. But Matt Stevens gets a penalty, slots it away, and that'll do confidence the world of good. I think the positive Wimbledon could take out of it as well. Standout player Alistair Smith in the midfield, dominated the midfield most of the game. I think he had the highest passing accuracy in the game. Showed he dominated the play in there. Dictated the tempo. Obviously previously on loan at Colchester, and they wanted to bring him back, and I think he'll be a real gem for Wimbledon. Real good win for Wimbledon this one. Scoring 4 goals, 3 points on the board as well. On to Doncaster v Accrington Stanley, and a really clinical display from Donny in this one, winning 4-1 over Accrington Stanley. And I think Doncaster, they've got a really good attack going into next season. I think it showed in this game. Luke Molyneux's going to be key for him. Some brilliant strikes across the weekend in League 2, but in particular this game from Luke Molyneux. He put some really good strikes in alongside Jordan Gibson as well. Brilliant strike from him, and then to finish the game off, to wrap the game up, Billy Sharp comes on and shows his clinical edge, scores within around the 8-yard mark, and puts the game to bed. Obviously Accrington Stanley did equalise in the game just after half time, so something Doncaster may take away as a negative. They've got to stay concentrated, but on the whole Doncaster look comfortable, look really good going forward, really playing with a high tempo going forward. And I think Grant McCann's side's like to do that, and I think they've got the right personnel now. To have Joe inside up front, he's a brilliant all-round striker. When they need to change the game, they can bring Billy Sharp on. I think the squad depth is great at Doncaster, really good squad, and really good 3 points this one at home. Gillingham have got off to a flying start to start off this season under Mark Bonner with a 4-1 win over recently relegated Carlisle United. I think the scoreline doesn't suggest how easy the game was for Carlisle. In this game weren't bad. I think they shot themselves in the foot a couple of times though. Some one mistake that led to the second goal, I believe, from Jacob Wakeling. Didn't help them in terms of trying to get the maximum points out of this game. They also missed a massive chance as well. Charlie Boyd hitting the bar, probably should have buried that. But Gillingham, you've got to be happy if you're a Gillingham fan. Scoring 4 goals. I think it's the first time they've scored 4 goals since January 2021. I think that's the problem where it's lied for the last couple of seasons really. I think they've been quite solid defensively, but it's just in that attacking third that they haven't been quite clinical enough, and they did show that yesterday, scoring 4 goals obviously, and I think you're going to get that under a Mark Bonner side. They're going to be really good going forward, play some really expansive stuff. Jack Nolan impressed yesterday. We all know what he showed last season at Accrington Stanley. A really quality play off that right-hand side. And his goal just showed that. Picked up the ball, drove really well into space, and there's just no stopping that goal. Really direct in the way he plays. There's just no way stopping that, and a brilliant signing for Gillingham. That one looks like he's going to be a top player for him. Jacob Wakeling getting on the score sheet as well. That'll do his confidence the good. And yeah, all round really a good day at the office for Gillingham. Michael Flynn kicked off his reign as Cheltenham Town manager with an impressive 3-2 win at home to former side Newport County. Yeah, Cheltenham, good to get 3 points on the board for them. You know, obviously they've recruited a lot of new players in, practically a new side for them. So to kick off their campaign with a win is a positive. You know, they took the lead. Went 2-0 up. Joel Colwell and Liam Dawson got on the score sheet. I think the positive take out of this one is Colwell. I think he had an impressive game, probably the best player on the pitch, and at times his technical ability probably showed to be a lot better than this league. And you know, Michael Flynn has had previous success with loan players. You know, wherever he's been, he gets the best out of them, and maybe a worry already for them. He could be recalled in January, but let's focus on the start of the season. They'll be hoping he gets the goals to get results on the board. For Newport, I didn't think they were too bad in this game. I think they created some good chances, just didn't take them. And probably, if you're a Newport fan, let me know in the comments. But you probably feel like you could have earned a point out of this game. Obviously, last minute winner, never nice to feel that one. But on the Cheltenham side, a really good 3 points at home. Port Vale picked up a 2-0 win away at Salford City yesterday afternoon, back in League 2. And I think Darren Moore, I think this is what you're going to see from a Port Vale side. They're going to be good in and out of possession, the really disciplined side. And yeah, they're going to be, one that they're going to be good defensively. They're going to have a good defensive shape. And then when they get into them final thirds, they're going to be effective, take the chances. The goals yesterday both come off corners. So like I said, when they get the chances they are going to be clinical. And if you speak about their final third players, they've got some really good ones, haven't they? But the goals come from midfield yesterday. Ben Garrity, showing his captain, leading by example. He's the captain at Port Vale. He's a quality player for this division, and yeah, really good 2 goals from corners. To get Port Vale to 3 points. In terms of Salford, still think they're lacking across the pitch. Really, I still think they need some quality players to come through the door. Got about 3 or 4 weeks to do so. So I think Salford, they need to really go in and have a plan for the last 3 weeks of the transfer window. Bradford got off to an excellent start to the season away from home. 2-1 win away at MK Dons. They're the league favourites going into this season, and an excellent 3 points on the board away from home. Like I said, Graham Alexandra facing his old side. Obviously, both sides, have different playing styles. MK Dons like to play out from the back, play nice expansive football, whilst Bradford, it's more of a direct style, and it worked for Bradford yesterday. Got off to a really good start. Alex Patterson taking the lead, a really good strike from outside the box, and then their second goal, an own goal. But I think you can take a positive. Getting the balls in the box, I think, is a good thing. You don't see enough of that in football nowadays. I think you never know what's going to happen when you put that ball into the box. And you got a threat like in the box like Andy Cook, who could go and make the ball, and obviously this one resulted in an own goal. So for that, you're going to see a lot of that from a Graham Alexander's side this season. And MK Dons got back into the game around the 20th minute. Alex Gilby with a trademark goal, really, running off that left hand side, cutting inside, slotting it into the opposite corner, really. And then MK Dons probably controlled the game after that, but Bradford showed some really good resilience off the ball. Resulted MK Dons to feel a little bit frustrated coming away from the game. But I don't think there'll be many sides go away from home this season and beat MK Dons. So Bradford, really positive day at the office for them. Bromley kicked off their life in the EFL with a 2-0 win away at Harriers Town. Really good day for the football club, and it'll be a memorable one, for years to come, really. A 2-0 win, a clean sheet as well, and 3 points on the board. You cannot complain. I think Bromley put up a really good showing in this one. You know what Bromley are going to be about, really. They're going to be a physical side. They're going to play to their strengths, and they did in this game. I think they created enough chances to win the game. I think they took the chances well in the second half. I think Michael Cheek got on the score sheet. He'd been a prolific goal scorer in the National League, and scored on his debut in the EFL. He'll be buzzing with that one. It's come off his chest as well. So a good incentive, really, of a good striker, that one. Then the second goal coming off a set piece. I think you'll see a lot of that from a Bromley side this season. So all round really a good day for Bromley, for the supporters, the players, and and people higher up at the club. A really good one for them. Harrogate though, I think they're a bit like Salford, like I mentioned earlier. I think they're lacking across the pitch. They lost a couple of key players in the summer, so I think it might give them an incentive now to go and really try and get some quality players in. I still think in the forward areas they need a few players coming in now, so we'll wait and see on that. But on the game, Bromley, brilliant 3 points. Fleetwood back in League 2 and they got off to a winning start, a 1-0 win at home to Grimsby Town. I think all round for Fleetwood, they'll be happy with this one. They look defensively sound, even though Grimsby didn't really put up much going forward. I don't think they've registered a shot on target, which is a worry for them personally. I think Grimsby, I think they had 66% possession, but if you don't do anything with it, it's pretty pointless, isn't it? So I think it's very key where I need to recruit in the final stages of the transfer window. Fleetwood though, they'll be happy, 1-0 win, a clean sheet. Still think they need probably a couple of players in the forward area with that clinical edge, but they created a few more chances more than Grimsby, got the 3 points at home, and Charlie Adam kicks off his life in League 2 with his side with a 1-0 win. Barrow got off to a good start to the season, 1-0 win at home to Crewe Alexandra, and they'll be happy with this one. A goal scored from a debutant, Theo Fisell. I think he impressed yesterday, and obviously getting the goal and then in his defensive stuff as well. So could be a good sign in this one to suit the system at Barrow, because I think there is a good player there, and what I've seen throughout his career really. Crewe Alexandra, I think they'll be very disappointed with this result and the performance really. Didn't really show any signs of the team that they were last season really, but plenty of time really to click into gear. Still plenty of games, like I said. Open day of the season, for them they need to go back to the drawing board really, and go again next weekend. Onto my side, Walsall, we picked up the 3 points on the open day of the season with a 1-0 win against Morecambe. I didn't think this game had much quality in it, to be honest. I did think Walsall were comfortable in the game. I think we did enough to win the game as well. I thought we were better we had a decent performance first half, but second half I think Morecambe controlled the play really, saying that they didn't do much with it. They didn't register a shot on target, and I think Walsall obviously still clear to see. We need some attacking players to come in through the door before the end of the transfer window, and hopefully that is done sooner rather than later. Onto Morecambe. Very disjointed performance from them. They were quite poor throughout the game. I think they looked a bit better towards as the game went on, really. But like I said, when you don't register a shot on target, you don't deserve to get anything out of the game. But I think they'll be one of them with Morecambe. They're well gel as a team. They've got a good manager there. He knows the club, so they'll be hoping to do better, but at what I've seen, I think they'll be struggling down the bottom end of the table. League 2 season was kicked off on Friday night between recently promoted Chesterfield and Swindon Town. I think obviously this one ended in 1-1 draw, and I think on balance of play probably a fair result. I think Chesterfield probably the better side first half, obviously taking the lead through Armando Dobra. Looks like a really talented player, doesn't he? I was impressed with him in the National League, and looks like he's going to make the step up to League 2 without any problems. Swindon looked a little bit all over the place defensively, and obviously the goal they conceded wasn't a good one to concede, but they went back to their principles second half. They looked a lot better all over the pitch, and let's talk about that strike from Will Wright. Picks up the ball on the halfway line, goes round the play, and then just drives forward into the Chesterfield final defensive line and just hits a strike into the top right hand corner. Probably contender for goal of the season already. An excellent strike, and he's an excellent player on the ball, isn't he? And I think he'll really be a good one for Swindon. Not a bad point for Swindon on the road. I think Chesterfield are going to be a top side, especially at home, so there's definitely positives to take from both sides in this one. And the final game we'll be rounding up was between Tranmere and Notts County. This one ended in a 0-0 draw. Not a brilliant game to watch really. This one from the fans really, and obviously as ended up in the last one to round up in this video. I think positives you can take for both teams. You both kept clean sheets, and I think that is needed. Both teams were bit shaky defensively last season. So I think that is a positive they can take, especially not to County. I think it's something they can build on, because I think going forward it will click into gear for them. I think they've got some really good attacking players, ones where they could create chances. Tranmere, still think they need some players to come through the door in them attacking areas, and I think if they can, they could be a really good side to watch, because I think they're well organised, and they just need that, that attacking spark, and to push them up. But plenty of time, and we'll wait to see on that front. There you have it. I've rounded up all things in League 2 from the opening weekend of fixtures. Let me know in the comments how your side got on, and what did you think your side did well, and what does your side need to improve on going into the season. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.